Today's agenda is about ISO 9001 certifications or quality management certification based on your business process landscape. And in Gluu, we strongly believe that basing quality management on your business processes is by far the strongest foundation for succeeding with it and also gaining the most value from quality management. If you do quality management that's mainly rooted in a quality department and in a specialized tool for quality management, then most companies really struggle to get the rest of the organization involved and taking ownership. So that's very problematic because most of what is required to achieve top level quality management happens in the business, not in your quality department. It happens in business processes done by employees all over your company in different departments. And if they do not take ownership of quality management, then it becomes very difficult to succeed. That leaves us with a big question. How do you actually do that then? How do you create a quality management system based on your business processes with business users engaged? Well, fortunately, we're lucky enough to have a very competent guest in that area with us today, Ali from the company Holbøll. And he is pretty much an expert on doing just that. Because Ali, you actually just did it in your company. So why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about yourself and your company?
Thank you. First of all, thank you for having me, and thank you for giving me the chance to talk about and explain how we in Holbøll chose to solve these challenges to the quality management systems. To start with, I'm just going to make a very short intro on myself. I have the management part of the quality management system, and I'm also ISO 9001 lead auditor, which means that I make the internal auditions or audits in the company. One of the main tasks I have had in the past 2 years is process mapping and also implementation of the QMS, which is the quality management system. Holbøll is the main company I work in, but the expansion of the work had made the company buy some other companies which make some of the same key tasks, and that results in what is called Holbøll Group, an umbrella which some of the companies are beneath.
Your company is in construction. That's your main line of business. But could you maybe just give a few examples of what it is that your company usually does in terms of projects and how many people work in the companies where you have been in charge of the certification?
Yes, of course. These are some of the key projects we are working with in our company. It's infrastructure, energy supply, climate adaptation, roads and traffic, some utility works, and concrete. We also have some works in. We're almost 200 employees on these 3 companies I showed under the Holbøll Group, but a lot of them, maybe 75 to 80%, is actually construction workers, project management, anything in between that is actually on site, almost 100% of the working hours. So they are not directly administration sitting on the computer the whole day. So the systems and the way we have to think also was important to take this part of the thoughts in about the way we also could communicate to our employees on site. Expansion of the business and the way the company works and the goals the company have made the top management think about how we develop the quality management system and what is needed also from our customers and from the industry, Because one thing is what we want as a company, what we want to do, what we want our employees to do, and also what do our customers, what do the municipalities, the directories, what do everyone in the industry expect us to deliver. And that made, if you can say so, a plan for the journey, which resulted in, with the top management's approval, going in step by identifying the lack of structured QMN, as that says, like, the best way to start to see how good it is actually to see, do we have any quality management system, and then see how good is the quality management system, how up to date is it. From there, we somehow figured out that we don't actually have something we can build on. We have to start from scratch. Could we develop and use the resources better? And that's what resulted in this plan for the journey. So we mapped the key challenges across the processes, which I just addressed. We defined some quality objectives and compliance needs from the customer, from the industry. We designed a step-by-step implementation plan. From there, we had an agreement about, okay, so we lack some system. Okay, we have to create some system. Which challenges could we face, and which quality objectives and complying needs and goals do we have? When we had that, we started to look on the market for some system, because we didn't want to make a PDF folder which we printed, placed at every workstation or headquarter, because that we couldn't maintain this, and we couldn't be sure that everyone would look in these folders in 200 pages. Like, it's not that the most exciting thing to do at lunch. So we had to think out of the box and see how could we modernize and how could we lift the digital part of this journey to another level. And that actually made us go through some solutions. And we also had a talk with Gluu, which we ended up making a collaboration with, which we are very happy for. When we used Gluu, I'm going to go back to how we do it. So I'm going to go live in Gluu in some slides from here. But in the Gluu system, we could use the case management features for active process controlling and also mapping the process for each of the part of the work we have in the company. From there, we could assign process owners and roll the system gradually. And then when we come there, when we come to the end of the road, if you can say so, due to the goals we had made for the QMNS, we could ensure alignment with the ISO 9001 principle.
You did not decide to get yourselves a specific tool for quality management, but you guys chose a different approach. You chose the process approach.
The reason why we did that is because we could see that we had a lot of knowledge in the company, a lot of people that have been used to do things in a specific way. And these people and this knowledge actually made Holbøll to Holbøll. That meant it shouldn't be a civil engineer starting in the company and telling everyone what they should do, because who am I to tell everyone what to do? Instead of, we just said, okay, what are we doing today? And what is good in this we are doing? And could we learn from each other? So we actually looked at how could we reuse and document the good things we do in the company, the good feedback we get from our customers. By starting in the process, we could from there say, okay, here we can see we have a lack in some of the information. Here we could use some more help. Here we could actually just enroll it to everyone, so everyone could use that good thing that one employee do on this side. Most of the times, the employees on site would not like talk together. So there could be a lot of good things just being done on one side, and the other on another side that could be a very difficult task to solve. So in that way, we tried to zoom in on the process, and from that work out and see how could we enroll it to the whole organization. We had a lot of good ways to do it for each project manager, but why not mix it to one good way we all could do? And then we could also help each other and that way optimize in the working hours we have, and also could be more flexible and help each other. And actually, the whole quality management system has always been our main goal. We wanted to ensure the consistency, as you say, Louise, and clarity across the processes. We wanted to support the improvement and the operational efficiency. We wanted to improve the collaboration through the clear roles and workflows we had in this process. We didn't just want to jump on the train and say, okay, like have a quality management and maybe also look into ISO 9001. What if we actually also meant it? Said that we also want to be good at what we are doing. We want to lift the standard. We wanted to have some place where the employees, maybe newer employees, to come and see how do we do what we do in the company. But because we, as I tried to say, not only want to jump on the train, but also want to be in front of this train. Then we thought, like, when we are doing it so good, and when we have Gluu, which give us some of these utilities to do it in the right way, why not go further with our secondary goal, which was the ISO 9001 certification, which can provide us with a more internationally recognized quality framework, not because we are working internationally, but the work we do is like lifted because some of our customers could have some higher expectations. We could boost our compliance and audit readiness. We could build trust through documented process-based management. So everything we did could we actually now also document under the ISO 9001. What did we see in Gluu that could help us? The visual and interactive workflows, which we use a lot in Gluu, have a big impact on how we work. The way the tasks created by the key staff works, the clear role assignments for each activity. We also use it actually now to the onboarding for our new employees, which we also can use Gluu for, and that works very good. The compliance with standards and updates, so we can bind the ISO standards and chapters to the activities and processes we have in Gluu. The quality and delivery through shared processes, so we could share the information we have which with each other, instead of just having on like a local drive on the computer or a print somewhere. And also the very in my opinion, easy maintenance and editing process we have in Gluu, because we don't have to make a new print or folder every time we make a new dot or change a topic. We could actually be sitting in a meeting with top management, make a decision, make a change, and then actually just approve it. And when we go from that meeting, we are sure that everyone in the organization actually are working on the most updated information and processes. This actually, in the way we work in the construction industries, you don't like the same way as in a municipality or some other areas necessarily write some when you finish the meeting, you don't always send some emails out to confirm that what we have made a deal of. So some of this is, or some parts of Gluu, the Gluu system, make us like when we are done, so then we are done. Then everything is automatically being versioned in Gluu, and we can be sure that everyone have the information available.
And I think, Ellie, from our perspective and with my quality manager background, I have to say I'm really impressed at what you've done here, because for those of you watching this webinar that are unfamiliar with the construction business, it is a business with a very low degree, at least in Denmark, of digitalization. So not only did you manage to document and standardize the way that you work, you also managed to get ISO certified just a few months ago with 0 non-conformities, which I know you would never mention that yourself. You are much too humble for that, but then let me shine that light on you, because that's very impressive to get through that first certifying audit with 0 non-conformities. So congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
And also you managed to digitalize, and you did this all in one go because of the approach you chose using your business processes.
Mm.
Oh yeah, there are also other people that are very impressed, Ellie, leaving you messages in the chat about how impressive
okay,
it is. Well done. Much deserved praise.
Thank you very much for the words. And the thing I want to comment on that is actually that the lead auditor, the external lead auditor, we have DNV, which gave us the certificate, was actually at the starting point a bit skeptic about that, me telling him that I could give you a link to our system and you can find everything there and everything is linked to the ISO chapters. He was like, okay, I want to see it before I believe it. And actually he did see it and he was very thrilled about, okay, so you actually have a system where you have everything and you can document everything and you can make every part of the process to smaller activities, and for every activity you can make a workflow, so the end users actually only have to look on the tasks as a checklist and say, okay, if I do this, then automatically I can live up to the ISO 9001 standard and also to the quality management we have, but also can document that I actually did what I was asked to, because the system automatically stamped that who did it and at which time and what did they write and comment on the checklist. So everything I needed could be a link. It was only a link in Gluu. I didn't need anything else, actually. I could answer anything in the Gluu. I could search in Gluu. I could find everything. And that also made it the process with the external certificate organization a bit easier, because there's always this stage one, which is a document, how you say it,
a document audit.
Yes, exactly. The document
audit. Mm-hmm.
Exactly, where we can just look at the documents. That's why, or what I say that we do. That's one thing, but what do we actually do? What do the project managers? What do the guys and then the on-site do? So when we went out I think it was 3 days in a row on sites, he could actually see that even the last man on site could recognize some of the things that I said we did. And he could actually, the project managers could actually log into Gluu and find some of the information that I just said we did. So I could, of course, be saying anything I wanted to say to make it look good. But when he then could see that the end users also could go in and see it and actually use it, that was, I think, the most important thing for them. And that's also why we why we chose to use Gluu for this. For us, that it was a success that we managed to come through the 9001. So the top management just saying just keep on the good work and then just take the next two, the 14,000 and the 45,000 ISO certificate. So that's what we are working on. And of course, the continuous development in the ISO 9001 quality management, and the 14 and 45,000 ISO will also be in Gluu the same way. We're just adding some new processes and linking to them somehow, and that will be okay, because we work in the same way. So that's the goal for us.
Yeah, and we're very excited to follow that journey for you as well, to see how well you do there too.
Thank you. We're also excited.
Ellie, thank you so much for showing us this